fiction. Nick Carter, Master Detective.
We'll have to cross the street, Nick. The bus stop's on the other corner.
Okay, Patsy. Oh, let's go. We had the green light.
Think that voice.
Now, the case of the invisible treasure. Today's adventure starring Lon Clark as Nick Carter, brought to you by a new post-war Old Dutch cleanser. Patsy has gone shopping with Nick in order to help him choose the right gift for an elderly friend who has a birthday next week. They finally made a selection at Madame Helene's gown shop on Fifth Avenue and are now working their way through the crowds of shoppers toward the street door.
Patsy, do you really think she'll like it?
She'll love it, Nick.
But she's 73. Not a little old for a black lace nightgown?
That's exactly why she'll love it. From now on, I'll bet you're her favorite person.
Well, either that or she'll never speak to me again.
Oh, Nick, would you mind if I took just a minute to... Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I bumped into you and I... Why, it's Miss Bowen.
Oh, well, you're Al Harper, aren't you?
Sure, that's right. Here's Mr. Carter.
Why, hello, Al. What are you doing out of the pen? I thought your sentence still had a couple of years to run.
Good behavior. And believe me, it's going to be good from now on.
I'm glad to hear it, Al.
Yes, sir. I'm strictly legit now. I did a lot of thinking in the pen, and it started me on the right track.
No hard feelings, then?
Not a bit, Nick. I'm grateful to you.
Fine.
Well, I got to run. I got a date. See you around, huh?
Sure.
So long.
Goodbye.
So long.
Well, imagine that. Al Harper going straight.
Must be doing all right, too. He looks prosperous.
Well, I just hope it lasts. Come on, Nick. It's over this way.
What's over that way?
Well, didn't I tell you? I want to shop at the perfume counter.
Oh, dear. Now, ladies, please, I'll get you all just as fast as I can. After all, I'm only helping out here in the perfume department.
This spring violet does not suit my personality. Show me something daintier.
Yes, madam. If you'll only...
Clerk, I'm in a very great hurry. Would you...
I'll be with you in a moment, madam.
I've been a customer here for 20 years, and I demand some consideration.
Clerk, I know I'm next.
Very well, madam. Now, we have a very lovely selection.
I know exactly what I want. It's a cologne called Heavenly Sin.
Heavenly Sin? Heavenly Sin. Now, let me see.
It's right there in front of you, those large bottles with a cut glass stopper.
Oh, yes, of course.
Let me see one of those, too.
Nothing doing. I'm buying all he has in stock.
Oh, a hoarder, eh? You'll see about that. Clerk, I'll take a bottle of Heavenly Sin.
I spoke first. I'm having all you have in stock, Clerk.
I'm sorry, madam, but it's against our policy to disappoint a customer.
But I
and
told
we
you...
only have a few bottles left, so I'm afraid I'll have to set a limit. One bottle of Heavenly Sin to a customer.
That's what you get for being greedy. You and your fancy mink coat.
Oh, I'll wrap it up for you, madam.
Hey, Patsy, let's get out of here.
All these women getting on your nerves, Nick.
Oh, it's awful.
Well, I think shopping's fun. I beg your pardon. Are you speaking to me? Yes. Would you do me a great favor? Well, yes. What is it? Here's $20. Will you buy me a bottle of Heavenly Sin? Of course. The price is $14.98. Keep the rest for your trouble. You don't need to do that. Clerk.
Just a moment, madam.
You can wrap up a bottle of that for me, too.
Yeah, of course, madam.
Hey, what is this stuff anyway, Patsy?
I never heard of it before.
Hey, you.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, you. Snap it up. I'm in a hurry.
I'll be right with you, sir. Now, madam, that would be $14.98 plus tax.
Look, let them dames wait. You got any Heavenly Sin?
I'll be with you in a minute, sir.
You'll be with me right now. How many bottles you got left?
Only two.
I'll take them both.
I'm sorry. One bottle to a customer.
Nuts to that. I said I'd take them both.
Yes, but
Do you want me to get tough about it?
Oh, I'll wrap them up for you immediately, sir.
Yeah.
Look, what is it?
I don't know, but I'm getting interested.
Here's your money, Clerk.
Oh, thank you, madam. I'll have your change in a moment.
Well, how about my bottle of Heavenly Sin?
Oh, here it is, madam. That'll be $14.
Hey, wait a minute. I said I'm buying all you got. Give me that.
Oh, no, you don't. Get your hands off that
Look,
bottle.
I'll pay you for it, lady. Now let go.
I said get your hands off.
But I'm going to pay you.
I'll show you.
Hey, what are you doing?
Hit him with her umbrella.
Why, you old battle axe. Oh, please,
And if you lay a
please.
finger on this bottle, I'll scream to the police.
Oh, now, look, lady. I'll give you $25 for that bottle of Heavenly Sin.
No, you can't call me names.
$50.
I'll have you know I don't need your money. Get out of my way.
$100.
I wouldn't give you this bottle of cologne for $1 million.
Oh, no.
Here's your money, clerk.
Just a moment, madam. You have 26 cents change coming.
Keep it. And you'll never see me in this store again. I never was so insulted in all my life.
Sister, let's be sensible about it.
Oh, dear, such a scene. Oh, now, let's see. This other bottle goes to
The young lady here. I'll pay for it.
But, Nick, I have the money.
I'll give it back to the young lady who gave it to you, Patsy.
Now, wait a minute. He's buying that for me.
I'm afraid not. There's something about this Heavenly Sin cologne that interests me, too.
Why,
You keep the money. We'll keep the Heavenly Sin.
We'll have to cross the street, Nick. I get the bus on the opposite corner.
Yes, I know, but wait till the light changes.
Yeah. Nick, why in the world did you buy that cologne?
Because I'm curious to know why everyone wanted to corner the market on it.
That girl in the mink coat could have murdered us both. After all, I did promise to buy it for her.
Awfully pretty girl, wasn't she?
Well, if you like bleached blonde.
Patsy, what could there be about that cologne to make even a thug like that other character offer $100 for it?
I can't imagine. Unless it's awfully scarce.
Well, you take it back to the office, will you? As soon as I get there, we'll see what's in the bottle.
Aren't you coming with me?
No, I have to pick up some new chemicals from my lab. I'll be there as soon as I... Oh, here's the light. Come on.
Hey, let me do, will you?
Nick, that voice. Isn't that...
Are you all right? Are you all right?
I guess not. In my knees. But...
Oh, lucky that taxi had good brakes.
It's fallen. Are you all right?
Oh, hello, Al.
I'm okay. But, Nick, I gotta tell you something.
Here, let me help you pick up those packages.
Oh, thanks, Al. I've got the rest of them.
Nick, listen to me.
Oh, you tell me about it later, Patsy. Here's a taxi. Get in.
But,
In you go. I don't want to stand up in a crowded bus after the shake-up you had.
Nick,
You better tell the driver to take you home to change your stockings first. I'll see you at the office in about an hour. So long. Any calls from me, Patsy?
Not a thing.
How do you feel after your accident?
I tried to tell you, Nick, it was no accident.
What?
Someone pushed me in front of that taxi.
Pushed you? Are you sure?
Of course I am. I distinctly felt a hand in the middle of my back.
Wow. And that was just about the time that Al Harper showed up.
No, it wasn't Al. I saw him in the crowd 10 or 15 feet away just before it happened. Besides, I know who it was.
You do? Who?
That same man who tried to buy up all the Heavenly Sin cologne.
What? Not that Dee Demendo's character at the perfume counter.
That's the one. I heard his voice behind me just as I was pushed.
And I was right. There is something important about that cologne. Let's have a look at the bottle.
Oh, Nick, we can't.
Well, why can't we?
It's all smashed. I had to throw it away.
Well, I didn't notice it was broken when we picked up the packages after the accident.
Oh, he must have been too excited, but after I got in the taxi, I began to notice that the air just reeked of cologne. So I looked down, and there it was, running out of the package. It was a mess.
Did you notice anything unusual about the cologne itself?
No, it smelled very ordinary to me.
There wasn't anything inside the bottle, except cologne.
No, not a thing. Oh, by the way, do you have my box of bath salts?
Your what?
My bath salts. They were in a package just about the same size as the cologne bottle was. I thought you picked it up when I fell down.
You mean a package the same size and shape as the one the cologne was in is missing?
Well, if you don't have it, it must be.
Well, there's the answer.
Huh?
That's why you were pushed in front of that taxi, so that you'd drop the packages, and in the excitement, somebody could get away with one.
But who'd want my bath salt?
They got the bath salts by mistake, Patsy.
What?
It was the cologne they were after. And they wanted it badly enough to risk killing you to get it.
Oh, why, of course. The packages looked alike, and they stole the wrong one.
Exactly.
Oh, I wish I hadn't broken that bottle. Now we may never know what made it so valuable.
Well, Whatever it was, that blonde in the mink coat knew it, too.
How about the other woman, the battle axe?
Oh, no, she didn't know because she wasn't even interested until they tried to get the cologne away from her.
That's right. She only bought it out of stubbornness.
You know, if we could locate her, if she still has the cologne, maybe we can find the answer that way.
But we don't know who she is.
No, we don't. But she said she'd been a customer of Madame Helene's for 20 years. I'll see what I can find out in the store in the morning.
I'm sorry, sir, but I never saw the lady before.
I see. Well, are you the regular clerk in the perfume section?
I am not a clerk at all. I'm the department supervisor. I was just helping out yesterday in an emergency.
An emergency?
Yes, Miss Brochet, our buyer and chief sales lady in perfume, had to be rushed to the hospital with acute appendicitis. She was operated on yesterday afternoon.
Uh-oh. And I won't be able to see her for a day or two.
No, I'm afraid not. Oh, say, you know, I've been wondering why everyone was so anxious to buy up our stock of heavenly sin.
I wonder, too. But it looks as though I'm going to have trouble finding out.
How'd you make out, Nick?
Oh, I didn't. Nobody at the store has any idea who that woman is.
Well, I think I know.
You do? Well, how did you find out?
By reading the morning papers.
Huh?
Look.
Widow slain in West Side rooming house. Body of Mrs. Eldora Telford, 47, was discovered this morning.
Not there. The next paragraph.
In a shabby room reeking of strong cologne.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it does tie in. Oh, but even so.
Go on. Start reading there.
Mrs. Telford evidently put up a determined fight for her life. Grasped in her right hand was a broken cologne bottle of heavy cut glass. The label reading, ironically enough, Heavenly Sin.
Now tell me I'm wrong.
No, Patsy, you're right. But we've found what we were looking for too late.
With the brutal murder of Mrs. Telford and the destruction of the only other bottle of cologne Nick knows about, it seems that his chance of solving the riddle has vanished. We'll see what happens in just a moment. Now, back to the case of the invisible treasure. Today's adventure with Nick Carter, brought to you by new post-war Old Dutch cleanser. Nick believes that Mrs. Eldora Telford was murdered because she had in her possession a bottle of cologne called Heavenly Sin. But what the secret of the cologne may be, he doesn't know. Nick and Patsy are now in Mrs. Telford's room to see whether they can learn anything there. The lodging house janitor is with them.
Well, Patsy, there's no chance of finding out anything from the cologne itself. Bottle's completely smashed.
It looks as though she used it as a weapon to defend herself.
Yeah, nobody scared Miss Telford. She got mind of her own.
Well, I could tell that at the store yesterday.
Funny, nobody heard the fight.
They've been thinking maybe it happened early last night when most of my roomers is out.
Well, even so, you'd think somebody would hear it.
Yeah, but that new girl across the hall, she got the radio on so loud I got to pound steam pipes 3 times.
Radio?
Yeah, one of those mystery program, all screaming, shooting, yelling, carrying on.
Wait a minute. You said a new girl?
Yeah, sure. She used to move in last night. Right across the hall.
Come on, let's go over there.
Yes. A radio blasting away might have covered up the sound of a fight.
Yes, especially if the house was almost deserted. Is this the room?
Yeah, but I don't think she'll be home.
Oh, we'll see.
What does your new roomer look like, Mr. Hanson?
Well, she was so pretty like anything. She dressed so good and fine for a coat.
Was it brown fur?
Yeah, sure.
She didn't have blonde hair, did she?
Yeah, that's her, long yellow hair. You know her, huh?
Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, we're not getting anywhere knocking. I'm going in.
What? It wasn't even locked.
No reason why it should be, Patsy. She's gone.
Go to Madame Helene's gown shop again?
There's one more thing I want to check. They handle that cologne regularly. They may have the address of someone else that bought a bottle sometime in the past.
You mean on a charge account?
Well, either that or a record of delivery.
But, Nick, if the cologne is so valuable to these crooks, I can't understand why they let Mrs. Telford spill hers all over the room.
Patsy, I'm not so sure it's the cologne they're after.
Then what is it?
Well, there was one thing missing in Mrs. Telford's room. The stopper to that bottle.
Why, that's right. I didn't see it either. And it's the sort of thing you'd be sure to notice.
That's right. It was very large and made it look like cut glass, wasn't it? Oh, if we'd only saved the pieces of the bottle you had.
Well, I did.
You did?
Yes. That package was such a mess, I didn't like to leave it in the taxi, so I carried it up to my room and threw it in the wastebasket.
That's great. I'll stop at the next corner. You can get a taxi. Go home and get that glass stopper and take it to the office. I'll meet you there in less than an hour.
Yes, but I'm going right out again, Ruby.
Oh, you're sure a busy girl, I say that.
No time to be lazy on my job, Ruby. Oh, what? Come on in, sister, and make yourself at home.
Yeah, we've been waiting for you.
But, Mr. Carter, it would be a tremendous amount of work to check through all those records.
Sorry, but I don't care how much work it is. I want to find out whether you know anybody who ever bought a bottle of Heavenly Sin cologne.
Well, I suppose it could be done.
Good. Is there anything you can tell me?
I'm afraid not. If Miss Boucher works in the hospital, she might know.
Would you sell very much of that cologne?
No, very little, as a matter of fact. Heavenly Sin is an imported scent. We get only a half dozen bottles every now and then.
Where's it imported from?
It's made by a small concern in France. Miss Boucher attends to the ordering. Say, come to think of it, I've never even seen it on the counter till yesterday.
Why was it there then?
Well, when Miss Boucher was taken to the hospital so unexpectedly, I had to step in. The shipment had just arrived, so I put it on display.
Did she usually unpack it herself?
I imagine so.
I see. Well, please have those records checked as soon as possible.
Yes.
I think I'm beginning to understand what this is all about.
Well, I certainly wish I did.
I know Miss Patsy ain't in her room, Mr. Carter. When I seen her about 2 hours ago, she said she was going right out again.
I know. She was supposed to meet me at my office.
Oh, this here's her room.
Thanks. Holy smoke.
Well, would you look at that? What struck this place anyway?
This room has been searched. And thoroughly.
And after me cleaning it all up only this morning.
Confound it. The wastebasket's empty.
I told you I made up the room, Mr. Carter. I dumped all that stuff out of the wastebasket in the incinerator.
You did? Oh, good grief.
Well, all except one little bitty old piece of glass. Some kind of bottle stopper, I guess.
You saved that stopper?
Huh?
What'd you do with it?
The bottle stopper? Well, I didn't think Miss Patsy cared, seeing as how she stowed it away. It was so pretty, I was going to take it home for my little girl to play with.
Ruby, you hold on to that stopper, and I'll see that you get the biggest tip you ever had.
Oh, yes, sir, Mr. Carter. I'll get it for you right away.
No, not now. I haven't time. I've got to find Patsy. Mr. Biggs, this is Nick Carter.
Hello?
Did you find out anything about the people who bought that cologne?
Yes, Mr. Carter. And it's rather surprising, too.
What did you find?
Well, Miss Boucher must have stopped it just for a few special customers, because each shipment contained only 6 bottles.
Do you know who got them?
I'm coming to that. I suppose it's why she never put them on display.
What do you mean?
All 6 bottles went out on the delivery truck every time, and always to the same customers.
The same customers?
Yes.
You have their names?
Yes, the list is right here. Miss Lillian Lamont, Mr. William Avery, Mrs. George Nestor, Mr. Alan Harper.
What?
Mr. Alan Harper, 374 West Corey Street. And then there was...
Never mind the rest. I've got what I need to know.
I'm asking you for the last time, sister. What did you do with that stopper?
I tell you, I don't know. She's lying, Al.
Yeah, let me slap a little sense into her.
You'll get your chance, Curly, if she doesn't open up.
When that man pushed me and the bottle broke, I wasn't interested in it anymore. I threw it away.
Now, don't try to kid me. I saw you get into that taxi with it, and Lil trade you all the way home in another cab.
She didn't throw anything out of that cab, Al. I'll swear to that.
So you had it when you went into your house. Now, where is it?
I don't know.
No? Maybe that'll teach you I'm not fooling. What did you do with that stopper?
I threw it in the wastebasket. She's stalling again, Al. Curly and I tore that room apart. It wasn't there.
Give me a chance, Al. I'll make that thing talk.
You're going to get your chance in just a minute. Now, sister, for the last time, are you going to tell me?
I don't know where it is. I don't know.
Okay, you're asking for it. Curly, you can take over.
Yeah, Al, I'll do that. Lil,
What?
turn on the radio and turn it up good and loud. We don't want nobody to hear this.
Curly Martin advances toward Patsy as the radio blares forth loudly to cover the sound of her screams. We'll see what happens in just a minute. Now for the conclusion of the case of the invisible treasure. Today's adventure with Nick Carter, brought to you by new post-war Old Dutch cleanser. The cut glass stopper of a cologne bottle is so important to Al Harper and his gang that they've committed murder to get possession of one. Now they've taken Patsy to Harper's home to force her to reveal where the stopper she had is hidden.
Turn that radio up louder, Lil.
Okay, Curly.
Yeah, that's better. Now I'll just start by...
Oh, no, please. I tell you I don't know. Go on, Curly. Pound some sense into her head.
No, please, no. Open up in there. Shut up, no, shut up. Open up or I'll break that door down.
Al, it's the law.
Move aside, Lil. I'm going to shoot right through you.
My arm.
Stay right where you are, Harper. If there's any more shooting to be done, I'll do it. You're through.
Oh, it was a lucky thing you were on the fire escape outside the window when Al started to shoot me.
Not all luck, Patsy. When I learned that Al Harper was one of the people to whom those bottles of cologne were delivered, I felt pretty sure they'd take you to his place.
So you brought the police with you?
That's right. They went up inside the house while I came up the fire escape.
Uh-huh. But, Nick, have you found out what's so important about that cut glass bottle stopper?
Mm-hmm. And here it is. I'll show you.
Oh, it is pretty. Look how it sparkles.
Here, wait a minute, and I'll show you some real sparkle.
Oh, Nick, what are you going to do with that hammer? Oh, you broke it.
I certainly did.
Why, it was full of water.
Mm-hmm. Sealed in. And that's not all. Look.
Diamonds. Why, there must be...
About $20,000 worth in every bottle of that cologne. You see, Patsy, in water, diamonds are almost invisible. And inside that cut glass stopper, they were completely so.
Then Al and his gang were smugglers?
You guessed it. That Heavenly Thin cologne was bottled in France by a company which was really only the front for a gang of crooks.
Oh. And the perfume buyer at Madame Helene's gown shop was the receiver on this end?
That's right. Madame Helene didn't know anything about it. The buyer, Marie Boucher, unpacked every shipment personally and sent it out on the delivery truck to the members of the gang.
So when she was suddenly taken to the hospital with appendicitis, it upset all their plans.
I'll say it did. The big shipment was due that day. She knew that if she wasn't there, it'd be put on the counter.
Uh-huh.
So from the hospital, she managed to get word to Al and the others.
And they all came down to buy it up before anyone else had a chance.
Right. And if it hadn't been for Mrs. Telford's stubbornness, they'd have got away with it.
Golly. Nick, was it Lil who murdered Mrs. Telford?
No, Curly. Lil took that room across the hall to keep an eye on Mrs. Telford, so she could bet Curly into the house when nobody else was there.
I see. By the way, doesn't the Customs Bureau pay a reward for turning in smugglers?
It does, and you'll get your share of it.
Oh.
Not only that, I'm going to get you a nice present to make up for all the trouble you had.
Why, Nick, how wonderful. What kind of a present?
A nice big bottle of cologne.